My mother would talk to me about prayer. And the first thing she'd say is, David, do you know how to pray? I go, yeah, it's talking to God, Mom. See, I can talk to you. I can talk to God. She goes, no. It's not talking at God. It's communicating with God. Write that down in your notes. Prayer is communicating with God. It's not talking at Him. Jesus taught us how to pray. He said, in this manner, pray you. And he's talking in the book of Matthew. And it starts off, and when my mother wanted me to learn how to pray, she had me memorize the Lord's Prayer. But you know what I say? Don't just quote it, David. Pray it through. And the way the Lord's Prayer starts is by giving thanks to God. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. What is the second thing in the Lord's Prayer? First, we give thanks. The second thing, it's not about us. It's about Him and His kingdom. Lord, I thank you for you and your kingdom. And I'm asking for your will to be done, not mine. Because you and I both know our will doesn't get us to anywhere but trouble as a rule. God's will is better than my will, even though it seems so right. The last decade, the last 10 years have been a huge test of not praying what I want into existence, but praying God's will. A great angst where I feel like I know what is the best thing for the church, what's the best thing for my family, and I will, instead of praying for those things, say, Lord God, this is what I'm thinking, but God, I want your will to be done, not my will. If it is your will that we lose this building, then I am just crying out for your will, because you're taking us on a journey. You see the 30-year mark. You don't see this next year. God, I don't know what's going on with my children at this point. There's a part of fear that I'm praying through, God, but I'm not praying for all my desires for my children to take place, but I'm praying for your will for my children to take place. Let your will be done. Let your kingdom come in. Lord, I'm not praying that my wife admits that I'm right. I'm praying that I understand your will for our marriage, and that your will is done in our marriage, not me being right is done in our marriage. There's a place of allowing His will to be done. Let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven, and give us this day our daily bread. What's the third thing in the Lord's Prayer? It's now I'm praying for my needs. But it comes after worshiping the Lord and allowing His will to supersede over my will. Now, Lord, take care of my... What's the fourth one? Forgiving others. We're praying for needs, but Lord God, I recognize in my needs, am I chasing after what I feel are my needs? I make mistakes, and I tell you, God, others are making mistakes too. And sometimes I get caught up in those mistakes. Sometimes there are people just struggling against principalities and powers they do not know of, and they're reacting out of anger, bitterness, hurt, abuse in their own life, and we get the impact of that in our life. God, I forgive them. Because if I don't, I start carrying that with me and starts changing the God man inside of me into the earthly, unforgiving man. And I start becoming what I do not forgive. Let me say that again. I will start becoming what I do not forgive, because it becomes attached to me.